What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, I'm finally starting a Dynasty series on a college football game. I know I didn't make one last year, I had some potential plans to, but I wanted to finally get into one in College Football 26, and this one's going to be fun. We're going to try to get a little bit creative with it. I do want to preface this and let everybody know up front that there's going to be some simulation. I'm not always going to be staying with Buffalo. I'm going to go where the contract offers take me and whatnot. It is a bit open-ended, and I'm not going to be playing every single game on stream. Really what this is going to be about is building my coach, building up teams, and just having a bit of fun, showing a little bit of gameplay here and there and all those types of things. In today's video, I am going to show you our week 1 or week 0 matchup against Delaware here as Buffalo. But without further ado, now that I've given you some of that detail, let's actually get into it. Who's our coach? What are we doing here? Well, our coach is a not very well-known man, Flex Palco. We've used that name in the past. I always find it a little bit amusing, but Flex Palco, nobody here at Buffalo quite knows where he came from. The players have no idea. He just showed up one day, and he's now the offensive coordinator of Buffalo here, and that's who we're starting out with. There's some speculation. People are pretty sure that they've seen him diving through tables at Buffalo Bills tailgates, and he's a little disheveled looking. He's not the most professional looking guy. He's going to try to make his way here as an offensive coordinator for Buffalo, and maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to earn a head coaching job to be able to build up a program one day. So we signed a 2-year contract here with Buffalo to be the offensive coordinator, and I feel like this is a pretty solid place to start. It's somewhat nearby to me, as many of you know that I'm generally local to Pittsburgh, so not too far off. And we put him having the alma mater of Pitt. We're going to probably make a pretty cool playbook for this guy because I think it would be interesting. And some creative stuff that you wouldn't see too often, stuff like flexbone and wishbone and all types of different stuff, and see what we could run successfully out of that. For right now, we just have it set to a power spread base 4-3 scheme. And, we're starting off with a team that hasn't had a ton of success in recent years. 9-4 last year. But if you take a look at the record here on the screen, this team obviously has not been that great over time. A couple of good seasons here and there, but there's a whole lot of like 3-9s, 4-8s, 5-7, 4-8, 7-6, 3-9. So a lot of room for improvement, and maybe Flex Palco will be able to bring some of those mad scientist pickup football schemes that he practices out in those tailgate parking lots. Maybe he can bring some of those mad scientist abilities here to Buffalo and come away with a successful stint as an offensive coordinator, and then we can transition into some other jobs. Like I said, we're gonna go where the job offers take us. If we get an opportunity to maybe take over here at Buffalo, all the better. I'd be happy with that, but we'll see what options we actually get out there. I want to show you guys our schedule real quick here to start. We put on some fun teams on this schedule just because we're trying to make it interesting. So we wanted to play Delaware. I want to play at Delaware week 0. That'll be interesting. We play Temple, kind of local, and then we're going to take a nice fun trip out to Hawaii. We're flying all the way out to Hawaii to play them at their place, because by week 3 we may or may not need a bit of rest and relaxation on the beach out there. Then we're going to Kent State, FCS Southeast, and then we get into a lot of our conference games: Eastern Michigan, UMass, Akron, Bowling Green, Central Michigan, Miami U, and Ohio. And I really think that this is a manageable schedule, especially once you guys take a look at our roster. So while this roster does come over as a 69 overall, we do have some solid players. I think our quarterback, Taquan Robertson, has a lot of potential here. We could start a younger guy if we wanted to, in a guy like Taylor Blake or whatever, but a lot of normal developments here, so I think we're just going to go with Taquan Robertson. I'm assuming it's Taquan, maybe Taquan, I'm not sure. But 86 speed, really solid. 84 throw power, not that great. But we'll be able to make some things happen with a quarterback like that. We have some solid running backs to start with, a duo here that I'll find pretty interesting. Henderson is a little slow, but he has some really nice abilities, and he has some break tackle capability, and I think for the conference that we're playing in, he'll be pretty solid. And then Sperling here is younger, but more athletic, and he has shifty as well, so he'll be pretty solid for us, I think, in the long run. We also have, at the very least, one really solid receiver in Victor Snow, 93 speed, which should bode really well in this conference. As I mentioned, you know, some solid tight ends, a lot of guys potentially graduating here soon. Our offensive line is actually pretty solid, 79, 82, 74, 86, 73. Not the best in the world, but not the worst in the world, and very old, a lot of seniors. So we're going to have to hit the recruiting trail if we do plan to stay here for any extended amount of time on the offensive side of the ball. We do need to fill out some holes. And the defense actually has a couple of stud players. One of the best ones is Red Murdoch, the Mike linebacker. Just absolutely crazy 90 overall player. Was shocked to see that they actually have a 90 overall player here on the defense for Buffalo. But that's how things are stacking up as far as the roster is concerned. Like I said, a lot to work on. I'll give you a brief little look at recruiting here as well. And one other thing to mention, these videos are going to be long form, and I'm not going to edit too much with them. But you know, being an offensive coordinator, we're only really going to play on the offensive side of the ball. But we've done quite a bit of groundwork here, looking for guys on the offensive side of the ball specifically. I like the looks of potentially Gregory McLaughlin here, a really sweet name, to be honest with you, and a dual threat quarterback athlete. Hopefully he can come in and help us out with that quarterback room, especially if some guys decide to move on. We have a lot of running back potential here, but you know, recruiting 3 stars, we're not going to have a whole ton of success with what's going on there. I think we were really looking at this tight end Walter Coker as an athlete possession player. I think he'll turn into a really solid player, and then we're hitting the offensive line pretty hard here as well. We didn't spend a whole lot of points yet on the defensive side, but we will try to recruit there a little bit. But like I said, we're an offensive coordinator. We're going to focus more so on recruiting the offensive side of the ball and just filling in on the back end of the defense, you know, where possible. We're not going to be playing as the defense right now, and I don't expect that we're ever going to get offered the Buffalo head coaching job. So I think it's not something we need to worry about on that defensive end. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this game and see what we can do with Buffalo. Bear with me on the first take of this series because I need to modify the audio and make sure it's at actually a good level. I'm going to err on the side of having the audio on the low end this time around. I might actually turn off the commentators, but we'll see what happens here. This will be pretty low to start. I just don't want the game audio, especially the announcers, drowning me out during the game. I might actually go into the settings here in a moment and modify it. And here's our starting quarterback, Taquan Robertson, senior, 200 pounds, 6 foot. Not a very high overall for being a senior, but I think this will be a pretty sweet season for us. It's been a while since I've done any type of Dynasty or franchise content. I kind of, you know, as I got busy, I bailed away from it a little bit, focused more on the tips and tricks videos. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're not very accurate. We got to keep that in mind as we play through. I don't even know what difficulty we're on. I think I'm on Heisman. It's very possible I could be on All-American. I'm not 100% sure. Blocking's not looking great so far, so we'll have to keep in mind, you know, what type of run plays we want to run. It's not like we're getting pressured in the passing game. We do have quite a bit of time to throw so far. Looks like they're blitzing a safety off this side. Might be a good time for this running back screen. Yes, sir. Huge gain up over the 40. I do want to take a quick look at this because this was kind of wonky by the offensive line. I know some people have been saying At least I've gotten 1 or 2 comments asking if I had video examples of stuff that's wrong with the offensive line in this game. And if you happen to be watching this video, here's a great example. I don't know what my number 78 lead blocker is doing. He should be, at this point, locking on to that safety. He just cuts back and tries to hit that guy. I don't know, just a little bit of wonky stuff going on there. That one's not like the worst in the world, but might as well show it just in case somebody is watching that matters. Let's see if we can get moving with the quarterback. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Drop that pass, come on, man. Okay, so we are very mobile. I like our speed. I haven't actually played with very many mobile quarterbacks so far this year, largely because of the fact that, oh my god, just overthrown. Oh, I didn't want to call a timeout. I want to go to instant replay here and just take a look at that one, see if my pocket was pressured or not. Nope. Feet are set. Just sailed it. I mean, I know we're a low overall quarterback, but that's the type of stuff I'm talking about this year, where we're just getting overthrow after overthrow. That's the type of stuff that I was getting with 90 overall quarterbacks, which is frustrating. We're gonna have to run here. Oh, don't fumble. All right, nice scramble. That capability is gonna be huge. Flowing with him, he is. I also wish that they would not have added the stuff to be able to juke behind the line of scrimmage and whatnot. That's been really annoying for me so far. Okay, after this drive, unless something egregious happens, I am not going to do these replays to commentate on the gameplay. But here's another one. I just wanted to show you guys what the heck is going on here with the offensive line. Watch the nose tackle and watch the left guard. So this left guard glitches all the way out here to the defensive end, and the center never touches the nose tackle, who is right over top of them. So I'm gonna have to send this to the person that was talking about, you know, do you have video examples of this? I've never seen somebody not block a down defensive guy lined right over top of them. Well, here's your prime example of the center just letting the nose tackle run right by and not even attempting to touch him, you know, lining him up against the running back. But whatever. You know, like I said, after this drive, we know what the gameplay is like at this point. After this drive, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I just wanted to highlight that. It's just funny that the moment that I start recording, it happens right away. Touchdown for Al J. Henderson. I don't know that I think we should just run the ball more, to be honest with you. I don't know that it will. I don't think it's going to actually auto-sim defense for me. I think I could actually, yeah, I could go in here and play it. We're not going to do that, being that we're an offensive coordinator. Looks like we immediately recovered a fumble. We're going to be set up for huge success here on the offensive side today. Let's start out with a nice 2-touchdown lead. We're going to play this one a little bit conservatively. 2-touchdown lead would be a fantastic way to start things off here. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better way to start it off. I kind of want to audible... How do you say his name, the tight end? Schnackenberg? That's kind of a crazy name. Kind of want to audible him to a... Come on, triangle. Man, just not running his route. I wanted to audible him to a vert, but... I'm also erring on the side of, you know, running plays the way they're designed. There we go. Running back was open over the middle. It's very possible that we're actually not on Heisman right now, which once we see how this team plays, it might be a requirement for me to jump up to Heisman. I'm not too worried about going crazy in the first game of the season with a team I've never played with before that's only a 69 overall. What is this? So I'm reading the guy outside. I should have pulled it. Also haven't had many options to run option plays, just because I haven't had as great of running quarterbacks. I've been able to run them successfully quite a few times, but what is this formation? I have no idea. This is fake jet into the zone. Oh, what a block by the right guard there. You see him lay him out? That was awesome. That's what we need more of. We need to see more of that. When you're playing as LSU and UCLA and you don't get any of that, it's a little bit frustrating. I think it actually might be better to play as some of these lower overall schools, because then you're going to get some more of those crazy types of things happening. Open up the game a little bit, you know. The defender kind of like locked on and prevented the ball from getting there. Oh, see, another overthrow. I know I'm not hitting the meter perfectly, but it's just frustrating. We'll go ahead and punt that away. We do have the 2-score lead. They seem to have no capability to do anything against our defense in the sim so far. So I'm not going to get too frisky. Mix in a little bit of hurry-up offense, though. Could be nice. I do want to try to hit Snow. Snow was our really good receiver square, so I want to try to hit him for a deep pass at some point. Another drop pass. I know, it looked like he was tired. Maybe that was what that was about. Yeah, I don't. Maybe that's just his stance, but he looks tired out there. He's got that like hunched over stance going on. Let's go with a typical read option. If we can get away. Oh, they are pressing on that side though. Do we have a verts option? No, we're gonna have to figure it out ourselves. So we'll go here, then triangle on a post, and just see if Snow. Nope. Didn't have the time for it, and he didn't beat the guy anyway. Good dot. A little more hurry up offense. Nope. Part of me kind of wishes there was a reduced, how do I want to phrase this? There was a reduced commentary option where you just didn't have the guys talking constantly, because I think that would flow a lot better with my voiceover style. Like, I'm not going to talk the entire time, but there's also good. Oh, okay. There's also going to be some, there's just going to be some dead space in there, you know, because I pause. And so if you don't have anything going on other than game sound, it's going to be quiet. I don't know, hopefully there's going to be some people that watch this. I'm not too worried about a ton of people watching, but what I am trying to do, I'm trying to get back on schedule with making videos more often. Oh, come on, catch that, man. I don't really want to boot to the left, but I think it could work. Nope. We didn't have the play action set up. It was never going to happen. See if we can get something open deep here. Oh, nice. Touchdown. I was going to try to hurdle there. It looked like he started the animation for it and unsuccessfully hurdled, or it was too slow to actually do it. 21-0, and Delaware shows no signs. Oh, never mind. I was going to say they show no signs of being able to score. Let's take a deep shot here. PAY over. I'll go. That's something like that. There we go. Put the two receivers on that side. McMillan should occupy the safety, and that gives us the one-on-one with Snow. Good catch. Call the timeout now. Play action, probably not the move with this amount of time. Let's just go shark wheel. I would like to get the wheel going. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's take our points. If I can even convert this. We might be on Heisman based on the speed of the field goal thing. I mean, I know I could go in and check, but we have enough of a lead here that I don't really care. There is an option when you play the game to just play like moments and stuff, isn't there? Or is that not in CFB? Because if so, I would like to just pick the play offense only option. Oh no. Reverse it. Ah, come on. That was silly. I thought I might be able to get away with it though, especially with the mobility in the backfield, but apparently that D tackle has really good speed. And I could go in there and I could prove that he does not have good speed, but we're not going to worry about it. End of the third quarter, up 24-12. I'm not loving my odds here since they've actually started scoring. I mean, I like my odds. I'm just not loving my odds because the sim does have a tendency to do you dirty at the end of the game. Like third quarter, fourth quarter, when you simulate defense, it tends to give the CPU a ton of points. I would not be surprised to see them score on every single simulated drive from here on out, which means we need to be at least on our game putting up field goals to cover some more lead, to cover more ground. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Still never gonna be able to hit that fade. I should have put it on shoe clock, but it's all right. What are we at? 23 yards. We do need to increase our running total. If you're going to give me a 5-man box with 2 guys sagged off, I should be able to convert this if my O-line blocks well. And of course they don't. Let's hit the mesh spot. Oh my goodness, come on. We definitely are not a contested ball type of a team, like any type of contested ball. The defensive stop helps big time. What? Like, I said I wasn't going to go in and do it. I said I wasn't going to go in and call out every single bad run blocking thing. I hope somebody saw it. You guys can go back and look at it if you want to. I'm pretty sure it was the guard that the linebacker just basically ran straight through. Why? Why can we not catch that? Are we in field goal territory? I'm not that worried about where we're at on the field, but I do feel like we need to try to find a different play. Let's go with empty, and let's hit the verticals and maybe audible somebody onto a drag or something. Or just run for it. Oh, 2 huge blocks there. First down. Should have done this sooner, but let's switch it to 2 clock. Let that 8 seconds run off. Well, if I pick a play, it'll auto run off. We could kneel it out. I'm not about that life. Take the touchdown. Flex Palco is all about putting up points. We don't kneel at this program. We'll get to a point where we don't punt either. I don't know if that's somebody else's tagline, but that's something we've been saying for a long time. We don't kneel at this program. My buddies and I. They all think I'm silly, even in Madden, because I never kneel. I always run it out. I'd rather run the football. I'd rather risk fumbling the football than taking a kneel. I'm not going negative yardage just to save your pride. Like, that's not me. That ain't Flex Palco's program. Alright, well, we gotta have to call the timeout, because if we want to score again, we need to use this 12 seconds to our advantage. I want to call something that has the potential for an audible into a pass play. I actually like the idea of this if we just flip it. We do need to figure out a way to get Snow involved in the game more. If he's not going to be able to hit a deep pass... Okay, this is not a complaint thing. I just am viewing this because I want to see if it even touched his hands or not. No, went over. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, let's do this. I'm thinking R1 might be open. No. Jump ball touchdown? Who's the flag on? All right, let's go. Oh, man. Oh, why did... You gotta be kidding me. I accepted the penalty. Okay. Well... Snow go on a slant. And we overthrow it. Man, that nice jump ball goes to waste. And that's all right. I'll take the 31-12 win at Delaware, week 0. We got some players we can work with here. I do feel like there are a lot of holes on this offense, especially once you go beyond your number 1 receiver, who, don't get me wrong, the number 1 receiver couldn't even catch the ball. So you know, we'll have to workshop it. That's going to do it, though, for us here in episode 1. Like I said, there's going to be some simulation and different stuff going on, so we'll move on from here, and, you know, I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know exactly where that point will be, but if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you're new around here. As always, I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have a good one.